Hey y'all, if you're new here, I'm Shayna. I'm reviewing Ready to Love Miami episode 7. I definitely want to jump into it. The ladies had me concerned all episode. I wasn't sure who was getting eliminated. They got the power this week. And before I get into it, definitely help out a baby YouTuber such as myself. It's free 99 to hit that subscribe button, and it helps me grow and keeps me motivated to keep going. Definitely grow with me on this journey. I drop content regularly, so you will always be entertained. Hit the likes, hit the notification bell, all that jazz. Help a sister out. So we're gonna get into it. I've been drinking wine, so I just get a little reckless at the mouth. I apologize. So the ladies meet at the ladies' lounge. Tommy lets them know it's time to meet the friends. And like I said, it's a little early in the season for that, so I'm glad we getting the opinions early because we need to get, the ones who aren't ready to love out the way quickly. So we start with Jamala, and her friends meet Randall. And her friend Ashley said they haven't heard anything about him. And I'm surprised. Like, y'all haven't heard nothing about Rara? Not Rara. Y'all don't hear nothing about him. And we talking about meeting mamas. But okay. So Randall said he's new to Miami. He's from DC. He plays basketball. Melissa asked about his other connections. And he was honest about it. He said he has 2 other connections. But he told us in the confessional that Jamala is his strongest connection. I actually see that they have the strongest connection in my opinion. I think that they do seem to have the strongest connection, but I think Randall is playing the game to try to make it to the end, and so he's hanging on to his other 2 connections as well, keeping them in his back pocket. The friends like them, so that's a good sign, and they look cute together. So we move on to Katie, and we know who her connection is, Swayze, and her friend Ching is meeting him, and Ching is asking like, have you been single for a long time? He said he's been single for 3 years. He's on dating apps, the whole jazz, because he's a single man. So technically he's doing nothing wrong. So she asked him, about his preference. She heard that he prefers Latinas or he hasn't dated black women. And Swayze said he hasn't dated any black women during his serial dating phase. But he was very offended that she was saying like he doesn't date black women. Because Ching said, it's a red flag to her that he hasn't been dating any black women for the last 2 years. Like, it's concerning as a black woman. And it's definitely concerning that you're on a black love dating show. Like, this whole show is centered around black love. But he said his child's mother is black, his mom is black, all that. We know the man can have a black mama, black sister, black niece, and all that. And that don't mean nothing. just to clear the air on that. They will have black children, and their preference still won't be black, just to be clear. I'm glad I got my black on today, just to, make it known that, I'm down for the black love of it all. Nothing against the other loves, but I'm here for the black love. That's why we watch Ready to Love, okay? So, Ching is just not really, she's concerned. She's kind of not feeling him because of the way he acted. She said it's a red flag for him that he hasn't been dating any black women. So she's sticking to it. He kind of storms out. He's not feeling it. And he just leaves, like, mid-date. So I don't know where this is going to go because Katie and Swayze are they're their only connections. They don't have anybody else. So if one goes or whatever, I feel like it's done. So Trinika she invited LJ. And then, she said she has 3 guys coming. But we're starting with LJ. And her friend Jessica pulled out an index card full of questions. So she got a bunch of index cards lined up. She ready to go. She starts firing them out. Bam, bam, bam. Asking a bunch of questions. LJ did good. He was not bothered. He was not fazed. And he said he liked that her friends were protective of her. So he handled it very well. They start, doing a little golf. They're on a golf date. And Justice shows. And they just put him in the hot seat. So, again, the same friend is asking a bunch of questions. Their friend Jessica. And, they're interrogating him because that's what this is about. Justice is not answering the questions well at all. They're like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Wherever the wind blow, wherever God take me, that's where I'm gonna go. No stability, no certainty, no nothing. So, he has no long-term goals, no nothing, no future plans, nada. I don't even think he's thinking about what he's gonna do by the end of the night. So LJ and Trinika are over there having a good vibe while LJ is, showing his golfing skills. And Randall comes. And Randall mentions, he's 6'5", so he gonna make it known that he the biggest man in the room. And okay, Randall, I see you with the confidence of it all. And we love a tall man over here. I'm team tall. I'm 5'9" myself, so I'm here for Randall being tall. Go ahead, Randall. Justice is feeling away because Trinika is, kind of snuggled up with Randall over there as he's answering his interrogation questions. And Justin feels like, okay, well, you got other connections. I'm going to fall back. You can have your other connections. I don't think he was ever really feeling Trinika like that or any of the ladies like that in the first place. Maybe Looney aside. Maybe. He doesn't call anybody, nothing. So he hasn't been showing interest. I mean, I know I said Trinika was giving a little pick-me energy a couple episodes back. When it came to Justice, I don't see it being reciprocated on his end. So Trinika's friends were like, after they all left, they were like, they not feeling Justice. And they said that they call him Justice the Joker. If that ain't a red flag for you. They like LJ and they think Randall's playing games. And I think their assessment is accurate. Completely accurate. I think I agree with it all. Nothing more, nothing less. So Charisse is meeting up with her friend Rochelle. Rochelle looks tall, so, tall like me, team tall. I just got to put it out there for my tall folks, okay? Kayla's friend is meeting with Mike and Randall. I'm not quite sure. I can see it. I know she likes Mike, I guess. So Mike is concerned about Randall. As soon as he sits down about the dates, he's bringing up other men. He's talking about her connection with Randall, and he brings up the kiss. I almost forgot that they even kissed, but Mike won't let us forget. He's going to remind us every time Kayla's in the room that she kissed other men. Like, he just think her lips is loose, and she just kissing everybody. And he going to make it known that he feel a way about it. So, Samson, we're back to Samson. We're kind of going back and forth between the scenes. Samson tells Rochelle and Charisse he wants to get engaged in a year. He's looking to get married. And Rochelle's like, why so soon? And he's like, do you know how old I am? I think she said 48. I thought he was 42. I don't know. But, he's 40 plus. He getting closer to 50. So he's like, yeah, like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to love. Okay? So he leaves. And Rochelle likes him. She thinks he's ready to love. Randall shows up for Kayla, but he confirms in his confessional that Jamala is his number one. So it's just one of those, I already kind of got my person, but I'm going to, date others to stay in the game. I don't really see Jamala going out with anybody else, but this was the ladies' week, so, Mike is still bringing up the kiss when Randall sits down, and he won't let it go. And after they leave, Kelly is saying, like, you're not giving Randall a fair try. I see you are connected with Mike. You were giving him eye contact. Even when Randall was looking at you and talking, you were looking at Mike. And so you should be kind of focusing your attention elsewhere. Like, Mike is what you want, but Randall's what you need type of thing. I don't think her person's there. Like, I don't think her person's there. I'm not going to go as far as to say she's to self-eliminate, but I don't think her man is there. Not Samson. Randall is with Jamala, and Mike is, of course, with Brandy. And I think that she's just a second pick for both guys. And she don't deserve to be nobody's second. Like, right now in the game, still fairly early. Like, we're not down to the bottom line yet. But when we get there, Kayla, I don't think should be there unless they bring in new people like they did last season, and I hope they don't. Because, first of all, what they were doing with these random people, that wasn't hitting like they thought it was going to hit. But second of all, she's already trying to build these connections. The person is just not there. You don't deserve to be number two. So, move on, make it do what it do. Unless she does what happens. If y'all watch, was it the first or second season? They were in Atlanta when I forgot their names. But you know, the one she self-eliminated, and then reunion time came. It was the two grandparents, and she was back. He was sitting over there with the person he was ready to love with at the end. And then the commercial break ended, came back, he was on the other couch. Yeah, it's giving, unless you got one of those, like, where you like, look, I don't deserve to be number 2. You storm off, and you come back reunion time, and y'all together. If it ain't gonna be that, and it shouldn't even be all that, but if it ain't gonna be that, then, honey, just let it go. Sorry to get long-winded on y'all. But, if you ain't watched the early seasons of Ready to Love when it was real, real good, go back and watch. So Brandy's friend Dakota was there. They were meeting at a restaurant, I'm guessing. I didn't see any food. I don't know. They were meeting at a restaurant, I'm going to assume. She's meeting with Samson and Mike. And I thought, Samson. I guess they had a good date. Brandy and Samson go to hug and they accidentally kiss on the lips. And my goodness, please do not let Mike find out about this accidental kiss. It was like a peck. They kind of swiped lips. They both know it was an accident. They laughed it off. But do not let Mike, because Mike said that he ain't kissed nobody yet. Don't let Mike, even though I don't think I believe him. But that's just my thoughts. We don't know it to be fact. But do not let him find out that you accidentally kissed Samson, because he will never let it go. So Looney's friend is meeting with Justice, and girl, like, you really like Justice like that, Looney? Like, really? Okay. And she's also meeting with LJ. Seemed like Looney and LJ is kind of falling off a little bit. I really liked their first date, so I'm hoping they can pick it back up. Samson is over there reassuring Brandy that he is physically attracted to her, because she said she hasn't heard him say it, and her friend confirms that she is a type of woman that needs a lot of reassurance. I totally get it. Mike surprisingly shows up with a gift for her friend. So, he like to show up empty-handed, which lets us know where his heart's at. Clearly over there with Brandy, because he didn't bring nothing for Kayla. Both men showed up empty-handed. So Ebony asks Looney why she hasn't been calling LJ back, because LJ says, he's been trying with Looney, but she won't return his calls. She says she's not a phone person. I say she's not interested. Even if you're not a phone person, you will be a phone person for the person that you're interested in. And it's easier, it's hard to kind of get to know someone through text and just when you see them. Of course, we prefer face-to-face interactions. But outside of that, y'all have to talk on the phone to kind of build any type of relationship at some point during the day. So I think she's just losing interest, and she's kind of moving on over there to Justice, and I have no rhyme or reason why. So, let me see, where's my notes? Nakota asked Big Mike if he wants more children. She said, how do you like being a dad? He said he loves it. She said, well, how do you want children with Brandy? And he said he's open to it. That's not a firm yes or no. So, Brandy, if you really want children, you need a firm. But I think he really is into her, that he's even considering it, because we saw earlier in the season when he seems to not be interested in a woman, the answer is just no. So, I think if Kayla asks him the same thing, will we get the same answer? I don't think so. So, Ebony likes Justice. Girl, no. You didn't ask him. You asked him questions about sex, but you didn't ask him if he likes to pay for dates. You didn't ask him if he likes to pick up the phone and call. You didn't ask him if he saw a future with anybody. You didn't ask him anything worth talking about to find out that he is not it. No, ma'am. Nakota is unsure. She don't know which way to go. But I think Samson's a good guy. You can't deny Brandy and Mike's connection. You just can't. So, I think it just makes more sense. Even Samson said it, but he said don't count him out. It's not the end yet, but he can see their connection. Everybody can. So the ladies meet at the lounge. And Trinika says her friend St. Justice is full of SHI. But Looney said just because he's not trying to float your way does not mean he's full of it. Looney, he's full of it. He is full of it. Okay? You the only one that's giving him hope. I think even Tommy know. So Katie didn't want to tell Tommy about her date with Swayze. She wants to talk to him first before she does that. Tommy's confused because he's like, what happened? What's going on? What's the red flag? Like, I'm lost. So Sharice speaks up and she says Swayze called her very upset after his date. And didn't the same thing happen with Kadian and Alonzo? Like, didn't Kadian do the same thing at the ladies' lounge and say Alonzo called her? Like, it's deja vu, just vice versa. So clearly, there's some tension between Sharice and Kadian that Swayze would even call Sharice anyway. So Sharice said that Kadian was saying that Swayze prefers Latinas. And, you know, she was asking, like, has she been drinking? Because what? Like, his daughter is black and this and that. Girl, you wasn't there. Be quiet. You don't know what happened. You only know what he told you. Hush. Saying all that. You wasn't even there. Yeah, his child is black. His child's mother's black. How old is the child? That was way back yesteryear. What's your preference now today? It don't seem like it's black women. Period. End of story. So Katie ends up telling everyone what happened and says she needs to talk to him first before she can make a decision. Honestly, I think Swayze can go. I don't think he was all that serious about the process anyway, if you ask me. Now, I know nobody asked me, but I'm going to tell y'all. So the ladies picked LJ and Justice for the bottom two, and not again. Why is LJ down there? It should have been Swayze and Justice in the bottom two, but that's just what I think. Let me know in the comments who y'all think should have been in the bottom two, or if they were accurate with LJ and Justice. Y'all need to stop tossing LJ in that bottom two and give this man a fair chance. So Kayla is over there with Justice. She's kind of has like a hard time making I don't know if she has a hard time making eye contact with people or just men she doesn't like. I don't know. But she's like not really making eye contact with him initially. I guess she knows what's about to happen, so she's feeling a tad uncomfortable. LJ was like, look, I know y'all already met in the ladies' lounge. I know what time it is. Let's just get right to it. Like, let's not even waste no time. So Justice confirms again when talking to Kayla that he does not chase. He's the prize and he should be chased, is what he was letting her know. You gonna chase me. I don't chase women. Okay, and you gonna chase yourself right out this ready to love door. So they finally get rid of Justice. Yay! We have been vindicated. Justice is gone. I don't even think I need to see him on a reunion. El Cheapo can go. And LJ is happy to be there another day. And I was thinking, is Swayze and Katie gonna like have the conversation at the end of the episode? We see previews for next week, not to jump too far ahead. But we did not see a clip of their conversation, so I'm wondering what is going to happen when they have this discussion. Because he brought Trinika to meet his ex, and I didn't see Katie in nowhere. And his ex was a spicy Latina, so I would have been curious to see what would have happened there. You know, very beautiful woman, nothing against it, but I just think that it can be a little concerning. It naturally concerns black women when a black man doesn't date black women and you're on a show looking for love with black women. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all get me. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.